Hi everyone, it's Louise from Louloupurple. Today I'm going to be doing an ink blending card using the Stag stamps from Pink Ink Designs. So first of all, I'm using a piece of Sheena stamping card and I'm adding some talcum powder with my makeup brush over the whole surface of the piece of card. This is so when I come to heat emboss, the powder won't stick to the wrong parts. So here I am using the Pink Ink Stag stamps. I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black stamp pad to stamp this image. This is a very juicy ink pad, so it will stay nice and wet for the emboss powder to stick to it. So once I've stamped it, I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer emboss powder. This is the fine detail clear one. I then use my heat tool to heat set the emboss powder. I then stamp the image again onto a sheet of masket. So here I'm using my talcum powder and my makeup brush again, and I'm going to stamp the stag's wing. I'm actually going to stamp this 3 times as I want to cut it out and layer it up. I'm using the black VersaFine ink and I'm going to emboss this again with my emboss powder and heat set it. So this is how I store all my blending tool sponges for my distress inks, so that I can go in, pick up the colour I want and stick it to my blending tool. I have had lots of requests from the Pink Inkers Facebook page to show some ink blending techniques. So my first tip is to always keep your blending tool at an angle, don't use it flat. And you want to add your ink to your blending tool and use your blending mat. So you start on your blending mat and pull the colour onto your card. Now if you use your blending tool flat, you're going to end up with rings like this. So keep that blending tool at an angle and you're just adding a little bit of ink every time you go round in a circle. So remember, you can always add more ink, but you can't take ink away. So it's best to do it a little bit at a time and build it up. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to blend colours together. So starting with your lightest colour, I'm using my mustard seed. I'm going to add the colour onto my card and I'm trying to use an even pressure throughout this so I don't get any circles. If you do end up getting a circle, you're going to have to add more ink to block it out. So I then use my second colour. This one is the Spiced Marmalade, and I'm going to put the colour up to the yellow but not into the yellow. I then pick up my yellow blending tool and I'm going to use the yellow to blend into the orange. So as you can see, I'm just pulling the yellow into the orange. I'm now going to use a brighter colour. This one is the Festive Berries, and again I'm going to use my blending tool and add the colour up to the orange but not into the orange. I then pick up the orange blending tool and blend the orange into the red. So I hope that helps you a little bit, and with all things you just need to practice, 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 and it will get easier. So that is my 3 colours blended together, and I'm going to do this on my actual stag card. Now I've used the masket and I've placed that over the top of my stag, and I'm just going to use my mustard seed and add some colour around the stag's head. Now here some of the masket is a little bit too thin, so I end up cutting off those bits as they just keep lifting up. So I'm going to keep the blending of this card in real time so that you can see how long it takes to do the whole process. So here I'm just cutting off another bit of the thin bit of masket that keeps lifting up. I'm using the Spiced Marmalade Distress Ink, and I'm just adding this colour up to the mustard seed but not into the mustard seed. I'm now using my yellow blending tool to bring the yellow into the orange. I'm using the Festive Berries on my blending tool, and I'm going to do the same, so bring the red up to the orange and the yellow but not into it. I then use my orange blending tool to bring the orange into the red. I then use my yellow blending tool to blend the yellow into the red. I'm using Wilted Violet Distress Ink to go around the outside edges of my card. I'm just ripping a piece of A4 copy paper so that I have a straightish line, she says. After a few attempts I might get there. Kind of straightish line, but not too straight, just so that I can ground my stag to the bottom of the card. Now I start with my wilted violet, but that's too light to hide the colour, so I'm going to use my archival ink, and I'm using the jet black. That is my stag nicely grounded, and here I'm using the wilted violet again just to go around the outside edge of my card. I then remove the masket from my stag. I'm using my jet black archival ink and some of the other stamps in the set to add some more decoration around the card. I'm now going to use my Derwent Coloursoft pencils, and first of all I'm using the white on the ink blended parts so that when I use my colour it will be more vibrant. The first layer of my stag is a light brown, and I'm using my paper stump with my Cestit blending fluid to blend this layer into the stag. I'm removing the colour from my paper stump with a sanding block. I am using a darker brown for my second layer on my stag to add some shadows. On the stag's front, I'm going to use a few different coloured browns to make it look like a hairy beard. Moving on, I am now going to use my Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder Sun Yellow, and I've added the powder to some water and mixing it up. I am then going to paint all my stars. I will just show you one and then ta-da, all finished. I'm going to use my festive red stickles on the little berries on his back and in some of the greenery. I have just used my bone folder to give the wings some shape, and I'm using my diamond stickles to add some sparkle to his wings. I have used my Faber-Castell Pitt Pen Dark Sepia to go around the outside edge of the wings so that the white edge doesn't show. And here I'm using my bone folder to shape my wings to give them more dimension. I'm going to use my Sticks to foam pads. This will add dimension to each layer, and I will use my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick these wings to the body. So that's the first one. I will then do the same with the second and third layer. And that is this project all finished. I will just show you the sides so you can see how layered his wings are. As usual, if you would like to buy any of the products I've used in this video, they will be listed on my website blog post. I will leave a link in the description box below this video. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, links to my website, Facebook and more will be in the description box below, or click on the end cards at the end of this video. If you are watching on Pink Ink's channel, links to their website and more will be in the description box below. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to Pink Ink's. Click on the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you got inspired.